What's up, guys? It's your Super Playaz back at it again with your host Tony G, bringing you another awesome Market Monday. And if you're new to the channel and like these market watches and like watching them and every Monday and you just love seeing Dragon Ball Super card game prices, definitely like that button. Smash that like button, comment down below, and tell me if I missed any cards. And obviously this is a market watch. We got to talk about some cards that went up in price and got affected by this Dragon Ball Super Fest, which I was there. Huge shout out to all the fans out there that I met. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for telling us, C-Rod, I was there with C-Rod, and telling us that you really love the game and pretty much telling us that we got you into the game. So it means so much to us to hear those words. It means so much. And honestly, I almost teared up when I heard a lot of people say it. I was like, oh my gosh, especially since I've been kind of vacant from this game a little bit. But going on to the next thing I want to talk about, obviously we have an overview of some cards here, Supreme Rivalry, but we'll get into that later. But I want to give a huge shout out to our very own Michael Cano, who took the event with KP Best Deck, as he says it. I want to give a huge shout out to Mike. I think he is one of the best players in this game. And honestly, I learned a lot from him, so he gives me a lot of pointers, and I call him the Master Roshi because he's a little old and he's the oldest member of our team. But again, he's always down to play test with me and make me a better player, so I learn a lot, and I learn my matchups with KP thanks to him. And so huge shout out to Super Mike for taking the W. Super Playaz just took one of the biggest, if not the only in-person, one of the largest in-person events so far. And let's go on to obviously the card prices. And first card I want to talk about is Ssb Vegito. Ssb Vegeta, not Vegito. And this is the guard rare, guys. I think this is officially like the price it's being set at, and we finally have some knowledge, because last time we tried to find it, we couldn't see it. We saw it on eBay, it was 10 grand. But this is what the official, well, not the official, but like what the listing is going for. Shout out to Core, obviously, our sponsors. But $249.99 is what you'll get the god rare for, and $304.50 is the highest price it's placed at right now. So if you want a god rare, it's pretty much buying $2,500, guys, if you're trying to get that. Very crazy card, very strong card in the U7 deck of Goku. Very good card. And then we obviously got to talk about the other SCRs, and pretty much to keep plummeting. If it isn't Vegeta, then you're going to be paying these crazy prices of this card. I mean, crazy cheap prices compared to Vegeta. Vegeta's just skyrocketing, but these guys are just plummeting like crazy. So obviously last time we saw it was at 114, now it's at 80. And if we keep going, we just have, obviously it goes up to 109 and so on and so forth. And then we go on to the next one, the next SCR, not SPR, Super Mira Diabolical Fusion. Very good card, $56.99. Another card dropping by $20. And we're seeing it relatively cheap. One of the cheaper SCRs from the set. And again, if you're not Vegeta, you ain't making money. One of the best SCRs is Vegeta. So I can see why that thing is super expensive. And then going on to the next one is Piccolo Jr, Descendant of the King. The King, everybody. Right now that deck is the king in the format, because everything's free. And not only that, guys, this card is relatively very powerful. It KOs any battle cards that are 15,000 power or less when the counter is used, which is pretty insane in my opinion. And not only that, guys, it's sitting at $35 and it's been kind of bought out. It's $35 and it's going up by $10, and I still think this card might go up. It did get reprinted in the event pack, but it's sitting at $35 right now. But what tripped me out the most is that the SR Piccolo Jr, Descendant of the King SR variant is $45, man, and there's no listing. So I don't know. I think it might. I've seen SRs be more expensive than SPRs, which is relatively weird to me, but yeah, $45, guys. Sitting at 45. Yeah, it's insane. I know. I get it. But I don't know if it's going to stay at that price for so long, but I do see it being very expensive still, because King Piccolo is still one of the best decks in the format. And it's very hard to beat, guys. I mean, because of this unison makes it super consistent, and it's just very strong. And then we go on to the next card is Son Goku Calamity Challenger. This card is going up in price. It nearly doubled overnight. And again, guys, this card is insane. It's a deflect blocker, so it's definitely going to sit on board unless you don't have a removal for it. And like Frieza or like those counterplay Goku cards that you pay 1 energy and minus a card by 15,000. But if you don't do that, this guy's going to sit there and he's just going to sit there and look pretty. And this card is amazing. I definitely use this in my SS Soul Striker deck. If you guys want to see that deck profile, I went X2. Obviously, I got paired up with my teammates, and you know how that goes. You know, you kind of the friendly fire, but we played it out, and we obviously they got they pretty much won. So I got paired up with my teammates, and obviously, again, huge shout out to Mike. But if you guys want to see that awesome deck profile, definitely smash this up to 100 likes, and I'll showcase my deck. What I used, I went X2, obviously friendly fire. It sucks, it happens. I mean, it happened really early and later in the game, in that event. But I was pretty much, I would say, undefeated until I got paired up with my own teammates, which I kind of did not like. I love my teammates, and I don't like playing against them. And so, a card that I think is worth picking up is this guy. And then we go on to Ultimate Dark Dragon Slaying Bullet. Also, guys, it was mono blue, so a little bit spicier than most decks. So, Ultimate Dark Dragon Slaying Bullet, very good card. I think there's a lot of controversy with this card, why it's being bought out, and it goes from being $12.99 to just $29, and it's very good card. There's so much controversy. Is it worth citing? There's rulings, and there's just, the community is on uproar right now. They're just talking about this card, and it's good. I mean, I recommend it. If you want to get it, get it. It's really cool. It works very well for unisons, especially like if you're playing against King Piccolo. This really hurts it. And then we go on to the next card. It's Supreme Kai of Time Labyrinth Unleashed SPR. This card went from being $5 to $20, and it's being bought out. And $30 is the most expensive. You'll pay the price for this card. I mean, this card is so good. When your opponent's going for a game and they bring out that SS4 Bardock, the dual attacker, you negate it, warp it, and that's it. I mean, that shuts down their plays completely, and it's a very, very strong card. Or you're going to try to go in with that triple striker and they get rid of your battle card. Unless it's not barrier. Unless it's barrier, it stays. And then we go on to the next card. Is Ssb Vegito Divine Restraint. Very good card. You're going to see a lot of this card being used in red-blue decks. I mean, this card is nuts in my opinion. Play this card if your the battle card being played is 20,000 power or less. Place at the bottom of the owner's deck. And not only that, if all your opponent's energy is in rest mode, negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. Very cool. I think if your opponent goes first and you go second, this is a really good turn one play, honestly. So again, a very good card. Recommend getting it if you haven't gotten it yet. And then we go on to the next one. Is Android 18 Tournament Pack, just as good as SR Gohan in the U7 deck. I mean, it depends on what you want. If you want a promo card or SR variant, I don't know. It's up to you. It's all preference. So if you want to pick this up, it's going to cost you $23.99. Well, maybe the Gohan SR is probably going to cost you like 15 bucks. But it might be more expensive because we're seeing a lot of U7 Goku representations. So I don't know what might be cheaper. I think it might be the same price. It just depends on what you want to run in your deck. And speaking of promo cards, we got to talk about KP Best deck, of course. King Piccolo First Step to Revival. Very good card. One of the first Unison Warrior tournament packs. And I think it works very well. It's the only deck you can use it in is King Piccolo. Very strong deck. And I mean, it's getting bought out slowly, guys. So if you're trying to build this deck, I think this is the time to pick it up, because I think this card might be a little bit expensive. It might be like $20-$30 in about a week or two, because all these events are still going on. And then we go on to the next one. Is Piccolo Jr. the King Scion Unison Warrior Tournament Pack 3. Very good card. What makes King Piccolo so strong is just that everything's free. Free 99 is what I call it. You got combo, you got free negates, dual attack or double strike, blocker. It's nuts, guys. I mean, it's a very strong card. And it's sitting at $39.99, and cheapest is being $38.65. So there you guys have it. If you guys have any other cards you want me to check out, definitely comment down below. And again, guys, if you want to see my mono blue Soul Striker that I went X2, obviously got paired up with my team. I love them. Friendly Fire sucks. But if you want to see the mono blue that pretty much ran over almost every deck, definitely comment down below as well. I know Soul Striker, but your boy always plays blue. So there you guys have it. So if you're new to the channel, like these type of videos, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and like always, stay super. Catch you later, everyone.